Okay, so here we're going to check our first power check on John Diaz's 36 watt custom built amplifier. It's an all tube amplifier. I've just got it plugged in here to my power center. I'm going to turn on the power from the power center. Oh, it's on already. See that? There we go. Alright, we got the cord going into the IEC plug on the back there. And I actually already had this powered up because I took test readings of all the voltages across all the tube pins, and they all look perfect. I also took voltage readings at the indicator light, and that's correct. So, and I also took readings on the inside of the IEC connector right there. And all of the high voltage and low voltage readings are accurate. We've got 118.8 volts going across the IEC socket, hot and neutral lines. That's the two top ones there, the red and the black lines. All right, so that's our 120 volts coming in. I've got 6.8 volts AC coming across the indicator light. I've got 5.1 volts going across the rectifier tube heater socket, socket heater connections. That's pins 2 and 8 right there with the green and blue wires on them. And we've got 602 volts AC across pins 5 and 7 right here on the rectifier. That's those two, the yellow and the red wires coming in on the back side. The red wires behind that little blue capacitor. So 602 volts across those. We need 580 minimum there. So 602 is awesome. It looks like this power transformer from GDS made by Haboer is working just perfectly. And then I've got across all my pins, we've got 4 EL84 sockets here and 3 12AX7 sockets. We'll be using CV4004 tubes as our 12AX7s. We're going to be using all new production Mullard tubes. None of the tubes are installed right now when I take these readings, but they all look awesome. I'm just going to show you real quickly that we light up when we turn it on. And there we go. Oh, that's pretty. And I still have a little bit of work to do. We've got all the power wiring complete, and that's why I tested it today. But the next step is going to be to install the turret board right here. And the turret board is right there. So that'll be going right down in there. Be soldering up those connections, adding in the speaker jacks, and adding in an effects loop over here. I drilled custom holes in the back of the chassis right there. I've just got a Switchcraft jack holding the rear faceplate in place there for now. And then we're going to need to install the potentiometers and the input jacks on the front panel. And we'll be all set. So here we've got the amp on if you want it to jam, if it actually had tubes in it. You flip standby to on, and of course it's upside down right now because it's sitting on the bench. But now you'd be off to the races once I get this thing done. Put it back on standby. That will let the tubes turn off the high voltage to the tubes if they were installed, which they are not. You can see I've got the power transformer there, the big black transformer on the right, and the output transformer is the smaller transformer here on the left. But no tubes, just empty tube sockets in there. So we do our first power up test with no tubes. Everything looks awesome so far. And we should have this turret board installed shortly. And then we'll wrap it all up, and then we're just waiting for the cabinet to come in. And then I'll install the amp in the cabinet. The cabinet got held up by a custom Tolex order that was coming from Canada. Got held up through customs and in the U.S. Postal Service up in Indiana somewhere. Hasn't been delivered from Canada to Kokomo, Indiana yet. But the cabinet's being built by Weber Speakers. It's a custom cabinet with a pink racing stripe per the client's request. I do have the speaker here. That's a Celestion 12-inch Neo creamback speaker that'll go into the Weber cabinet. This chassis, once I finish it up, that will get installed in the cabinet as well. And then we should have a happy rocker. All right, so happy to record this, and it's kind of a nice day when you fire up something that you wired for the last week and find out that it's actually working. All right, have a great day, everybody.